Stop buying super expensive audio gear. You don't need a Shure SM7B, a Rodecaster Pro, a Go XLR, especially if you're just starting to stream. You want to get into streaming, but you want to have a bit of a better audio setup. You don't need to be spending hundreds to thousands of dollars.
Nice.
Now, before getting deep into the whole review, guys, I just wanted to say thank you for clicking on this video to watch it. And if you are enjoying this content, please consider hitting that subscribe button and hitting the like on this video and leaving me a comment. I would really appreciate it. We are getting close to that 1,000 sub milestone. I'm really excited. Hopefully going to get there before the end of the year. And once we do get there, I do have an exciting giveaway to announce. So hopefully we get there sooner than later, but I know we will get there with your support. You could get an amazing audio setup with Go XLR type features and controls at your fingertip for less than $200 US. I previously did a video on the BM88 mic and I was really impressed with it. But today we're looking more at if you would go with FIFINE and expand on their offering. So not only getting the mic, because it is an XLR input and USB, but if you are going to use an XLR input, you need to have an audio interface. And what I have here is FIFINE's Ampligame SC3 audio interface, audio mixer, whatever you want to call it, that gives you a bunch of features and controls that you might not have over something that's actually more expensive, like the Scarlett Focus or the Focusrite Scarlett 2i2 that I was previously using over here. First off, obviously you have your microphone and it's going to be connected to a boom arm. Now the advantage of having a boom arm obviously is keeping the mic off your desk to give you that more flexibility, but also it limits you from picking up any sounds or vibrations that you might have from your desk. So it could be just a banging, it could be keyboard clicks, it'll be elevated so it won't pick up that sound and vibrations off the desk. So let's talk about FIFINE's BM88 boom arm, which is a low profile boom arm that you see here in the background connected to my AM8. So when you open the box, you get the boom arm itself. You have the clamp for the desk that connects to it, which probably has one of the best clamping mechanisms that I've seen on a boom arm. And you have obviously the connector so you could connect and screw in any dynamic or USB microphone that you may have, which is fantastic. Now, the good thing about this low profile boom arm is, first of all, you have a lot of flexibility. You can move it up, you can move it down, and when you don't need it, you can put it away. It's tucked away nicely, low profile, so it doesn't stand up like a big triangle on your desk. Also, one of the great things about the boom arm, and it does have built-in cable management, which just makes it super clean to keep your XLR cable out of the way. So that's pretty much the boom arm. It does everything you want. It has good quality. It feels really good, feels really sturdy, and I like the fact that it's not only low profile, but you do have that adjustability for the height, which not a lot of low profile mic arms have anymore. And just like in FIFINE nature, all the items that we're talking about here, so the microphone, the AM8, the SC3, the boom arm, it's all available in black or in white, so you could really match it to your setup that you have going for you. Now, I really like the boom arm because of the quality that it has, and for the price, honestly, FIFINE is probably one of the best bang for buck companies. All right, now let's get into the fun item and the best part of this review, FIFINE's SC3 Ampligame gaming mixer. This is a $60 US audio interface, and when it's on sale, I think it's currently on sale, but by the time this goes up, it might not be, but $39.99. So $40 instead of $60 for a audio interface. Now, there are many different features you're looking for in an audio interface, and one of the main ones is obviously the XLR input itself. So if we look at something like the 2i2 over here, you could see it has two XLR inputs, so you could connect two microphones or a microphone and an instrument, and then you could control the gain, the volume, and then a few other things that this has. Now, this is something I would recommend if you're more of doing podcasting, because you could connect two microphones at the same time. But also if you're a musician, you would obviously need something with two, where you could plug in a microphone and then you could plug in your instrument into the other one and you would have control for both. So that's what makes the Scarlett 2i2 a really good audio interface to begin with. Now, this one costs around $200, so it is much more expensive than the SC3, but it's made for a different audience, right? It's made for a bit of a, I guess, audio enthusiast when it comes to music industry and podcasting. But this is what I was using previously before getting the SC3, and this is great. However, if you're looking at content creating, especially streaming or gaming, then there's a lot of features that the Scarlett 2i2 doesn't have that the SC3 for a quarter of the price is going to have. Okay, so first of all, when you unbox the SC3, everything you need comes in the box. So you have your power cable, which is USB-C that you could connect to your PC, and you obviously have a 3.5mm cable. So it has room for one XLR input, so basically your microphone, and then you have a switch here where you could choose if you're plugging in a dynamic or condenser microphone. So that's going to depend on the microphone you have, if it's going to be a dynamic pattern or condenser where it's going to pick up more of the audio from around the room, or dynamic where it's only going to pick up, from one side of the microphone. Then you have a plug for your headset, 3.5mm jack for your headset. You have a headphone one, line in, line out, and then you have your power input right here. Then on the front, you have the 48 volts, so phantom power if your microphone requires phantom power. You have your lighting options, so you could choose different RGB lightings or just turn it off in general. you have your mic mute button, which is a huge plus, which isn't on the 2i2, or a lot of audio interfaces don't have that, but more of the gaming features ones usually have it. Okay guys, so I wanted to give you kind of a live test, live looking on what this could do. But basically, as you guys see, I'm using the FIFINE AM8 microphone here hooked up to the arm. And now I'm going to show you guys, I'm going to put this on the screen so you guys could really see what's going on. So as you guys can see, as I'm talking on the top over here, you're seeing my volume. So if I increase the mic volume, you're going to see I'm hitting into the reds while I'm talking. And then if I go to, you're not going to hear me anymore. And then obviously I'm going to turn off the lights just so you could see it. So you just have to hold down the button and now you can see what the buttons are. So this button right here is going to, so my mic is muted automatically, which is great. This over here is your headphone volume. So you hear yourself and you could see the volume on the top right, but you also have the button here to hear your own voice. And then you have here your phantom power. Now this mic doesn't need one, but I just turned it on just to show you guys. You also have all your lighting controls on the top here. So the more you click, the different lighting effects you have. And then if you just hold it down, lights go off. Here you have your voice changer. So as you guys see, there's 6 built-in voice changers. So we'll go through them one by one. So this is the male
voice changer, so you could see my voice is much deeper.
Female, so much higher, obviously.
This is the robot, and I'm just talking regular. Monster voice changers.
This was the baby voice changer. And I'm just talking regular, by the way. Like, I'm not changing my voice.
And this here is the elder.
If you hold it down, it'll bring you back to the other one. And then you have 4 custom soundboard options. So you could record something right off your desktop if you wanted to clip somebody. I'm going to hold down A and then I'm going to clip it.
Somebody stop me.
So that's it. So now whenever I hit the A button,
Somebody stop me.
so if you have something for your stream and you just want to have it clipped in, there you go. You have 4 hotkeys ready to go. And then obviously for each of your inputs, you have the volume control up and down, which obviously feels really good when you have this on your desk to be able to control the audio using these sliders instead of something that turns like this. It gives you a bit more control to know what your levels are. I am not a musician. I am not an audiophile. It's been strictly mainly gaming focused items when it comes to peripheral and audio stuff. So for myself, for my ears, I don't notice a difference between something like the Scarlett 2i2 and something like the SC3. Now, I understand the Scarlett 2i2 is probably a better audio interface for a musician and might produce better features for some people, but for my needs, for a gamer, for someone who wants to create content or stream, this is fantastic for what it does. It's focused for gamers and content creators. And it's also focused aesthetically, and that's an important issue that I wanted to talk about for me. For me, looks are very important, and not just looks, but how it looks on my desk, how it's integrated into the setup and everything. That is not why I prefer the look of this to this. Now, granted, they both are pretty units. You know, they each have their purpose, and I think they both look good. I don't find one looks ugly compared to the other. But what I do find annoying, and you might have seen this in my past videos, and it's something that was a big pet peeve of mine, the fact that this is on my desk. I'm sitting here, technically where you guys would be the angle you're at. To control the volume, this has to be facing me, right? The XLR input goes here, and my headphones go here. I don't want the wires going across my desk, so I had to flip them behind the Scarlett 2i2 and then go under the desk to get them. So there was always 2 wires poking around here, which drove me nuts, and I hated it because if I wanted to adjust the volume, obviously I needed to, you know, play around with the dial here, so I need this to be facing me. That is not an issue with the SC3 because design-wise, this is what you see. Nothing goes into the front, everything goes into the back. So your power, your XLR, and your headset, everything goes into the back. So the wires go straight behind your desk, and it's visually very appealing for me and aesthetically very pleasing. And that, as stupid as it sounds, is the main reason why going forward I will be using the SC3 as my audio interface. Anyways guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. I just really wanted to give a review on something that's so easily accessible for people if they wanted to get into content creating or streaming and they were just worried about, you know, the barrier of entry of having to spend an exuberant amount of money on an audio interface, a microphone, a boom arm, you know, everything to get that professional look. Well, I just wanted to show you guys that you don't need to spend that much money on getting the professional sounding features and look. Anyways, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please remember to hit that subscribe button, like this video, leave a comment, ask me any questions. That's what I'm here for, and I will catch you guys next time.